YouTube? It's your boy, the Ep90 author, welcoming you back to the 100 days of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where every day for 100 days, we're dealing with a different deck every single day. Today is the beginning of the end, everybody. It's time for day number 90 of the 100 days Yu-Gi-Oh! And we're getting right into it. We're taking a look today at the Worm archetype. Everyone remembers worms, right? Everyone remembers those guys. We're trying to set our monsters on the board, flip them up, do their flip effects. That whole shebang. It's a very casual deck. Not gonna lie, it's a very casual-minded deck. Very much in line with just having a little bit of back and forth with my opponent, that sort of thing. So, don't know how it's gonna do on EDO Pro with all the trolls and stuff, but you know, we're gonna put our best foot forward. We're just gonna lead off with our Wormy boys. So, we have ourselves our deck here today. We're showing off the combos and the wombos, the what do's and the what not do's. And we'll have ourselves a good old time. So, big old shout out to Mr. Chlorana's Vetter, our boy who just loves old school archetypes. And we're looking forward to showing off the worms today. So, of course, if you want the whole deck profile, that's going to be at the end as usual. For now, let's head on to the action. Don't forget to hit up all the good buttons below. And let's get this show on the road, folks. 10 days to go. Alrighty, everybody. Our first opponent, another day and another card game. So with our deck, we prefer to go first. It's very much a going first sort of thing. So we'll see where this is going to go. We don't get to pick, which is unfortunate. But we have ourselves a hand that's at least interesting. It is at the very least an interesting opening hand, so we'll see what we're up against. We're up against Gate Guardian, okay. That could be... it depends on how much Gate Guardian this is, other than like... You know, he's got like casters that can make things difficult, but if it's just Gate Guardian, I think we'll be okay-ish. It really just depends on what they're doing, we'll see. Alright, so you got Suijin. You're gonna go for Kaze-Jin as you do. Unfortunately, that is the... If he's just going for that fusion, that is the Spell Trap Stopper, right? Yeah, that is unfortunate in of itself, so we'll see where this is gonna go. Because I do have my one spell I would like to play, so we'll see how this is gonna go. We'll see. Worms, in of themselves, they're a bit of a slow bunch. You know, they're in desperate... I know we talk a lot about, like, Venom's getting support, but worms need so much stuff. You know, they could really, really use a fusion spell for their fusion monster, the Worm Zero. That would be great, but neither here nor there. We're still seeing up against the Labyrinths here. Let's see. Just going to get back Kazi. They're not going to set up Sangha? I guess you're just trying to, yeah, just getting rid of the field, get more stuff, draw more cards. Okay. Alright. Seems pretty much like this is straight up Gate Guardians, though. I mean, that basically just entails that he's going to be all about, you know, big beat sticks and things. And the only thing that really worries me right now, again, is the Gate Guardian of the Wind and the Water. Because he's more than likely going to stop Future Fusion. I mean, I'll try it either way. But more than likely, he's going to stop this. But if he doesn't, that'd be great. We'll see. Because in order to summon Worm Zero, you need a whole bunch of monsters. You need to have, like, up to 6 to get the full effect of it. So, Future Fusion, as slow as dirt as it is, actually is one of the only ways we can make full use out of Worm Zero. Yeah, there's other ways if you just get... You have to have, like, 6 different worms in order to make it work. So, we'll see. We'll see. He hasn't actually stopped it just yet. I guess, let's see. I guess, technically speaking, he could negate it next turn, but I think he used this, like, twice a turn anyway. So... Oh. He's just gonna pop it. Oh, that's annoying. Alright, well, so much for Worm Zero for now, but I guess Worm Yagan is gonna have to save us. Come on, Worm Yagan, save us, man. But we do have Worm Yagan, so that's at least something. When he gets flipped up, he is gonna return one of my post monsters to the hand, which is pretty darn useful. Okay, now I assume you're going for Sangha, right? No, he's still sticking with Suijin and Kaze-Jin, which is kind of odd. Let me look at you. Yeah. Let me look at that there. Alright. So we got Suijin. We've got the Gate Guardian. Okay, so now he's gonna go for... What on earth is this guy doing? He's literally going for everything but Sangha, which is kind of weird. Either he's had it this whole time, he's being weird about it, or he's doing something different. No, here he comes. Okay, there's the guy. Let's see. Well, that is unfortunate. But then again, this does say select a face-up monster. He doesn't say anything about targeted effects, so I don't know. There might be some wording shenanigans we're about to get up to. We'll see how it goes. Maybe, maybe. I have no idea how this is going to work, but we're about to find out. All right, so we got a wormy gone. We're going to flip that boy up. Let's see if this actually... Aha! Ancient wording, baby! Yeah! That actually worked! Woo! Wormy gone! He did it! Oh, that's awesome. That is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Okay. So, now we need to continue. Now we need to do some thinking. We're going to summon out Worm Tentacly Man. And we're going to summon out our boy, the Kage Takage. Alright. Yeah, old school wording, what can I say? You never know when it's going to come in handy. Let's see here. So I could go for Baguska and beat over stuff. I could go for Lizardos for the draw. I could go for Echidna for a search. But I think because of how his monsters works, I'm going to go for my one-off little copy of Utopic Lightning, which is a card I use in emergencies, and I would say with the hand we have at the moment and the situation we're up against, this qualifies as something in an emergency situation. So we'll go for Utopic Lightning, which is very appropriate since he's all about wind and water. Now it's time to bring the lightning. So let's go ahead and beat over this dude. And I don't think that'll trigger, right? No, it does not trigger. Good. Very good. All right, we're back in control of this duel. Y'all thought that old school worms were going to have trouble with this? No. We have no trouble with things like this, but we're going to go for our embodiment of a Poopus. Because Illidan's all about setting cards and stuff, I figured, let's get some other reptiles in the deck. Good old Poopus has done some good work. Hey, yo, we're in a good position now. So you're going to go for fusion deployment. Let me just double check this dude's graveyard. I think that's... Is that okay? I don't think it's okay. I'm going to negate that just because I don't want him getting out like Sangha Thunder. Because that would just straight up, that would just beat over Utopic Lightning. I'd rather not do that if I can help it. Alright, so we'll stop the fusion deployment. He does still have a spell. Goodness gracious. Alright. What else you got? Okay, so that is Joragumo. Okay. I know what it is because he said it specifically in this column here. So we know exactly how to stop it. Let's see. How many attack? You already have 0 attack points. So what we're going to do here, get rid of these two. Summon out Reptilian Echidna. That's right. I know how your trap works. I know how your little trap card works. You have to summon it here, and it only pops things in this column. See, we played Upsel's Gate Guardians, right? We know what these cards do. We know what these cards do. Alright, but we got ourselves a good thing here. So, Echidna here. I wish he had another monster. That would have been perfect. But Echidna will let me search out any reptile I want. In this particular scenario, I'm going to go for this dude. Or should I go for Ananta? Probably safer and smarter to go for Ananta just in case I need the darn thing. It's more of an emergency backup monster again, but it's what we're going to use. So we're going to put our monsters into attack mode. And let's go ahead and beat into everything my opponent's got. We just have to avoid this column at all costs. So long as I do that, we'll be A-okay. We'll be A-okay. So go forth, Apupus. Bring us victory, Snake Man. Oh yeah, you can still just summon a monster. What am I talking about? Alright, declare attack. No. Okay. You've had your fun. I see how it's gonna be. So I could summon a Nanta here. And that would get rid of his trap card. Let me think if that's a smart move or not. I'm thinking here. This will let me draw another card. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and summon out our boy Hazard Lizardos. We're going to remove one of our reptiles from play. Doesn't really matter who. I'm going to make his attack lower. Not that it's going to last very long. But this will let me draw another card at least. So, I'm thinking next turn we'll hit him with a Nanta. Yeah. I could do it now, but this is fine. This is A-okay. Alright, so you do have your Prisma Man. And that's going to send you another one of your material. Finally getting that Sangha into play, I see. See, now he's worried. Now he's a bit worried about things. But this is okay. Alright, so you destroyed Lizardos. Totally fine. You're going to destroy my other monster. I wish I had... This is the one time I wish I had Worm Solid. But that's neither here nor there. Let's see. It's also the time I wish some more Worms had, like, you know, effects that were good, but that's okay. We're going to get Worm Zex here. We'll get our boy Worm Zex, as him and Yagan are best of buddies. You wouldn't tell from the lore of these two, because I'm pretty sure Worm Yagan killed Worm Zex, but that's, we'll see that in a second. But Worm Zex and Worm Yagan, perfect duo together. So what else is this guy going to do? He got to do a whole lot of nothing. That's what. Ooh, honest, nice. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to summon out our Worm Zex. We're going to use his effect, and this is going to send Worm Yagan to the graveyard. Now, once per turn, I have nothing but Zex. I can summon out Worm Yagan. I can't summon them both, sadly. That would have been great, but, it's neither here nor there. And let's just beat over Prisma Man. We don't need to let him know we have Honesty Dude. So, yeah, we should be A-okay. I mean, I hesitated there, so he might already know. But either way, we is Gucci. We is all good, Worm Yagan. Who knew that guy could stop Gate Guardian, am I right? It's that old school wording. It's that old school wording, It's not a targeted effect. It's a selecta effect. But that's the new term. It's a selecta. If we printed more selecta monsters in this game, definitely be a lot easier to, screw with people. Alright, so you got Jirai Gumo. So he's probably going to get Suijin here. Yeah. That way he can go for his Gate Guardian boy again. Of course, I already have the counter to his Gate Guardian, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Not really. He can summon this thing all he wants. It doesn't matter. I don't even have to use Honest. That's the thing. I could, but he would then get a monster, and I don't want him to do that. So, we're all good. We's all Gucci. Let's get our Worm Yagan. Thinking. Oh, man, I really want to do this instead. Alright, here's what we do. I was going to do the one thing, but now I'm going to do the other thing instead. Let's get to set a couple cards, end our turn, see where this is going to go. Because Worm Nebula Meteorite, best card in Worms, absolutely atrociously good card. Because I can flip all my monsters face up. And that's what we're going to do. Let's wait to the battle phase, actually. Just in case. But this will flip all my monsters face up. Indeed. So, we're going to do that. Activate Worm Meteorite, baby. Flip everyone face up. This will activate all my flip effect monsters, so I can spin this back to the deck. And if there was a spell trap, Wormapocalypse was going to get rid of it. But now that we've got this all set up, he can't change targets, and we're all good. In the end phase, this is where things get nutty. I draw 2 cards, 1 for everything that gets flipped face down again, and I can summon out a big worm from the deck. So rise the Worm King. Man, the other duels are going to suck compared to this. This is literally like what Worms wants to do, man. This is what we want to do. But this is what we're going to do. We're just going to go Yagan again. Flip that back to the hand. I really wish I could have gotten Future Fusion off, but it's okay. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to go for Worm Warlord. I really like this dude, and I wish he had like Monarch stats, because that would have been crazy. But he can attack twice if he beats over monsters. And he negates monster effects, so he's really, really good. So we're going to attack with everything, and I think if my math, yeah, that's going to be game right there, baby. Never underestimate old school cool. Okay, you think your modern Gate Guardian support can stand up to dual terminal stuff? No, it can't. So, very good on us. You get a perfect understanding of what we're trying to do. Abuse old rulings. That's what we're all about. So, good on us for the first duel. I don't know if the other two... The other two cannot be as good as this, but we're going to damn well try. We're going to damn well try. So, let's go for duel number 2, do more wormy things, and try to achieve the impossible and get Future Fusion off so we can summon out Worm Zero. That is the ultimate goal. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. On the road to summon Worm Zero. We've summoned some crazy boss monsters on this show over the years. We've summoned Halakta. We've summoned Sophia. We never tried to summon Tierra, but that's neither here nor there. But we've done some crazy stuff, and oh my goodness, this hand is absolutely, positively scrumdiddlyumptious. And I've never said that before, but with a hand like this, I will say it. Because we got our Worm Zex and we got our Worm Yagan. Gonna put them both on the board here. We got our Future Fusion, which will take 2 turns, but if this thing goes off, my opponent's gonna be crying. all the way back to daycare. So yes, future fusion. I wish it was instant fusion that could summon out Worm Zero, but that's just me trying to get the guy on the board. So let's see that, and we'll set one more just in case. I really wish I had my if I had my Nebula Meteorite, which funnily enough I do now because of Trap Trick, it'd be a perfect board right now. So yeah, we got basically the perfect board right here. Literally nothing I would change about this board. We're going to go ahead and activate our Poopus. Get our Poopus on the board. I wish I'm just being greedy at this point. I kind of wish I had Illidan on the field at the same time as this, but that's just fine. You know, maybe in the future when Konami actually supports worms, which I think really is more of a matter of giving them spell trap support than anything else. I mean, yeah, I'd like them to have monsters too, but that's, you know, whatever it is. Let's see, what are you doing? What was that? Eldlich Goldie Man? Where? I don't see him. Where did he go? I don't know. I don't see him anymore. Galaxy Queen's Light, though. Interesting. Interesting indeed. So this guy's got some kind of Xyz focus of a deck. And he's got the Panky Spank, which is always a tricky monster to deal with. But we've stopped his Eldlich Man for a turn and a half, so we're pretty good in that respect. The only problem being that Panky Spank is on the board, which is not great. And you're going to attack my Worm Zex. Okay, that's fine. Worm Zex did his job. Therefore, we cannot have anything else to say about it. Alright, what do we got here? Alright, let's go do the thing. Future fusion time, baby. Now this is, well, would he interrupt this now? He's probably going to wait for me to actually summon the monster. We'll see. But yeah, basically I'm just going to pick 6 different monsters. You need to pick 6 monsters with different names for this effect to work. Very important. So let's get rid of Apocalypse. And let's see. Who else do I want to get rid of here? I guess Carteros. I think that'll be enough. I think so. It's really going to depend on what this dude does. That's going to be like the big tricky thing. Let's go for Worm Yagon. Let's see if we can... I mean, would he trigger this? Okay, he is going to trigger that. Okay. No! Not Future Fusion! You monster! I thought you was a cool dude. I was clearly wrong. Alright, well, regardless of that, let me think about this. I could make a rank 4 and stuff. I'm just going to tag for now. But yeah, that is the trick with this deck. I really want to summon Worm Fusion, Worm Zero, but the odds are pretty against us for a lot of that. Let's see, no. You have 0 attack points. That works just fine for me. Let's go ahead and summon Echidna then. We'll summon Echidna. That way I get a free search. Let's see. No. We're all good in that respect. Let's get Ananta for later. Because now that Worm Zero hasn't worked, Evil Dragon and Ananta definitely the call. Actually, I have a feeling that now might be the best time to do this. Because he might... it's got this feeling in my head. I got this feeling in my head my opponent's got Egyptian God Slime. So I'm just going to pop the slime here. You know, might as well just hedge our bets there. But now it's our turn once more to play our Poopus. That way I'll have 2 Poopuses and the ability to negate a whole bunch of stuff. You know? It's just nice to have them on board. You know, it's Snake Brothers together. That's what we do. This again. No. I can't stop that. Curses. Alright. Well, that's certainly annoying. It's certainly annoying. At the same time, dang it. Where are my worms? Oh, wait, I sent them all to the graveyard. That's where the worms are. I'm like, where are they? Answer? I sent them to the graveyard. Okay. I see. Exactly as I anticipated. Okay. Let me think about this. I guess that's all we can do at the moment. I really need another copy of Worm Yagon is my thing. I need another Worm Yagon. How many Worm Yagons have we used thus far? We used 1 or 2. I knew it. See, I told you he'd have this. Let's see. Yeah, I really don't want you to trigger reasoning for anything, so I'm just gonna be like, no to this. No reasoning for you. I will not use my brain, thank you. Alright, let me think about this. What is it? Can't be sure by battle. Cannot target for attacks. Alright. Let me think about this. If I summon out my other Poopus, right? If I summon out my other Poopus, I don't negate Egyptian God Slime. Then I can go for Lizard Dose to weaken this monster. I think? I think that works. I could be horribly wrong. But let's go ahead and activate a Poopus, a Swamp Deity again. And that's going to allow me to negate the effects of Egyptian God Slime, which... Yeah, I wish I had different things here. Let's see. Oh wait, no, if I go for Night Sword Serpent... Yeah. Okay, here we do. Summon that Night Sword Serpent, and we're going to go for our boy Lizard Dose. Wait, hold on. Before I do anything else, put this in attack mode. Then we go for Lizard Dose. Okay, dokie. Alright, so Lizard Dose is going to do his thing. We're going to banish the Sword Serpent and put his monster to 500 and draw... Ooh, nice. Very nice. Alright. Once again, we are surprisingly in control. You know? Casual as my opponents are, and let me tell you, if we're up against the meta, we will die instantly. We are doing phenomenally well. We have exactly what we need. Except for Worm Yugon. That's the one thing I would like to have. That's, you know, we here nor there. It's neither here nor there. You know? It's funny. We started with, like, the perfect opening hand, but dang old Pankratops had to stop the fun. You know, I really want to go for Worms here. Let me explain what Zero does real quick. Just in the off chance we don't get to talk about it later. Really cool monster. 500 attack for everything used to summon the darn thing. And if he's got a certain number of materials, he does different stuff. 2 or more, I can revive a worm face down defense. 4 or more, I can remove a reptile to just send my opponent's monsters to the graveyard. 6 or more, draw 1 card. kind of a letdown in the last effect, but that second effect, absolutely busted. And we win against our opponent who just did not want to see what happened next, which, again, I was going to win. I have my Worm Warlord here. So just going to trip it off Lizard Dose. Actually, probably draw a card first. But yeah, that's exactly what we want to see happen. So, doing phenomenally well with the worms, a lot better than I was expecting. Can we go 3-0 today? That would be neat. So let's go ahead for one more duel, everybody. Show off the worms a little bit more. And if the fates will it, we'll summon out Worm Zero. Alrighty, everybody, our third and final opponent. It is time, my friends, for the fight in third, as we like to do. So let's get right into it and see what happens, because so far the worms have done phenomenally well today. They have done absolutely goated things, and our opening hand looks pretty dang good too. So here's what we're going to do. Pretty straightforward as we do. Good old Worm Zex is on the board. He's going to ditch our boy Yagan. You know, we already have a Yagan, but that's neither here nor there. You always send a Yagan. Always said, yeah, this is the thing I really wish more worms had done. A little bit of synergy between their effects. I mean, they have a whole smorgasbord of effects. Some of which are absolutely trash, but some of them, you know, actually decent. Now, if only they had some synergy with each other. You know, that's the thing. We like to talk on this channel a lot about, like, Venoms and stuff like that, getting support, Mokis to some degree. Maybe the Dark Scorpions, too, but Worms desperately could use. I know we've made it look easy today, but really they could use a little bit of support here. Mostly spell traps, I would say. Definitely Worm Fusion is an absolute must-have for this archetype. But some other generic spell traps would be nice too. So let's see what my opponent can do. I know my opening board looks pretty intimidating. I have to say, looks pretty dang intimidating. But we have a Worminata. It might as well be a worm at this point. We got our Evil Dragon. Our Evil Dragon is on the board. It's pretty nice. I've got my Future Fusion. If it can last a couple turns again, that would be nifty. So we'll see what this guy can do. Haven't yet seen him. Okay, I was about to say, what's he doing? Firewall Phantom. What is this dude? Banish this card from the grave. During the end phase, shuffle Cyberse from the grave into the deck. Okay. Fascinating. So this is some sort of Cyberse thing. Okie dokie. I guess. I mean, is that a bad thing or a good thing? I have no idea. I guess it really depends on what he does. Let's see. Link decoder dot scraper. I still have my offerings though, so I'm good in that respect. Because I can destroy Wime Worm to get rid of 2 of my opponent's things, so that in of itself is pretty dang good here. It really just depends on like what he's gonna make. Splash Mage. I should have known. Splash Mage. Splash Mage. Alright, so you're gonna get your sign-up mining. Alright. Ditching info flyer. Okay, now, okay, what? Somebody activated the get sign-up mining. I didn't realize who it was. Okay, not a problem. I mean, he's gonna do his thing. He's gonna summon out like a whole bunch of. Oh wait, I think I know what this is gonna. Ooh. If he goes for access code talker, that could be a problem. Let's see. Let's see. Summon this card. Banish leaves the field. Does this have an up arrow? No, it does not. Okay. So we'll let him bring back his link decoder. Then I think it's a good time to go for this, just in case. I could be wrong. So let's get rid of my opponent's links and things. He still has sign-up mining, so I do be careful there. And he still has that. Alright. Well, gosh darn it. I didn't know he had that. Who put things linking from the hand as a thing, man? That's just annoying. Alright, well, regardless of that, let's see. Sign-up optimization and sign-up mining. Yep. This will get another Cyberse monster, which I assume will be something that you can special summon. That's like kind of a thing with Cyberse. A lot of the early ones have, like, you know, the ability to swarm. Something worms would have liked to do, considering they're like interplanetary invaders. But no, Konami's like, no, make them flip monsters. Make them all flip monsters. Okay. Well, let's see. You got your backup Ignister. Okay, what does this do? This will add a Dark Cyberse monster, except itself, but discarding a card. But I assume that's not even an issue for you, but we'll see. What the heck is that thing? Wizard Ignister. That's the weirdest looking thing ever. Okay, so this will... Oh my... A monster that just gives you 2 free monsters? Alright. Okay. Well, that's not good. Certainly... he already banished this thing at one point, so he does get a monster back in the end phase. What the heck is that? Target Cyberse, get it back to the hand. This gets AI spell. Okay, oh my god. I don't even know what my opponent's doing at this point. I thought I had a good thing going when I got rid of his links, but apparently that didn't even matter. Okay, but yeah, there's access code talker. That's not good. Yeah, because that'll give him a card. And then this will become... I don't think it's going to be that big, right? I mean, it's going to be 4,300. Which is reasonably big, but it's not, like, terribly large. The problem being that he's just going to pop yugioh at some point. Or not. Or maybe you're just dumb. Maybe you didn't even bother to read Worm Yugioh. You absolute silly Billy. Alright, Worm Yugioh. You tried your best, buddy. Alright. Well, we're not nearly out of the woods yet, unfortunately, because, yeah, he did get the thing, so he gets back his boy. That's what it is, but we've top-decked like a madman, so I think this will work okay for us. Again, it all depends on what my opponent does, because now we know he's got the, Ignisters and things. What did he actually add to his hand? What the heck does this do? Reveal a Cyberse in the hand, play if it's dark, if it's not dark, shuffle that monster to the deck. What did he reveal? Is it a dark? Or EDO Pro? Show me things. Okay, it's a dark, so what does that... What does that mean? Summon the revealed monster at a non-dark level 4 lower Cyberse from the deck today. Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay, so basically, long-term story, he's gonna get a bunch of monsters, which I don't think anyone's surprised at. That seems to be this dude's entire strategy. So, it's all gonna depend on what he makes now. It's like, I'm just trying to set monsters and flip them. That's like my main shtick. Let's see, and then you have backup at Ignister the Shister. And then you're going to go for Link to, balls is Link Disciple. And then that will, again with the Wizard too. Who makes these things? Well, let me tell you, it's not fun for me. Alright, I probably should use Trap Trick soon. What does this do? Okay, that ritual summon stuff. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and activate my Trap Trick now just to get that in play here. I don't know, mate. This guy's deck has too many tricks in it. And this isn't even Trap Tricks or nothing. This is Ignistas. I guess Ignistas can do stuff too. What the heck is this? Ritual Sage. Fusion summon fusion by banishing materials from the field or the grave. Huh. And then this will add another monster from the deck to hand. Don't you love cards that like summon themselves and they search at the same time? Oh lordy, modern Yu-Gi-Oh is just a trip sometimes. But give me back my old school any day where I just get to like summon a monster to a turn. I almost feel it for like Sir Memphis. He's always talking about like, oh, back in the Kenny Kingdom, everyone summons 2 monsters at a time at the most. And I'm like, I'd like a format like that again. But that's just me neither here nor there. So let's see, Cyberse Sage, that will do its thing. And that'll let him fusion summon, which is not good, I don't think. I'm pretty sure that's like really, really, really bad. I just don't know how bad. I guess it depends. Okay, you're gonna go for, oh, it's just Diazworm. Okay. But I have a spell trap call this card. Well, you have a Link 4 higher Cyberse monster. Okay. I mean, I guess. I assume at this point he's gonna go for something huge. I just don't yet know what it is. But it's neither here nor there, because if this doesn't work, my plan, then we're just kaputs no matter what I do. Like, I have my plan. It was a good plan when I had my offerings to the Snake Boy. What the heck is this? Access Talker, add Ignister. Okay. I mean, I guess I'll try this, but I doubt it's going to work. Because now you can negate my trap card. We'll see. What does this do? Link 7 activate this effect on special summon monsters. Summon as many Cyberse monsters from the grave as possible. The zone's code points to. Well, that I think is not good. That I think is going to be game right there. Because I've got Worm Yagon, and that's great. Tribute Link monsters got points to negate the activation. He doesn't have any links at the moment. Although I have a feeling he's going to make one. I just have this. No! Oh. Never mind. I thought I was doing something bad. Let's see. It's like, no matter what I do, I don't think it even matters, but I guess I'll bounce the Saber Dragon. Maybe. Just so he can't use it as link material. I don't even know if it matters at this point. I mean, this is a little letdowny, because the first 2 duels we had some nice back and forth. We got to do everything. This guy's just like, I will spam all my cards on the board in 1 turn, and you will sit there and if I do it. It's not my preferred cup of tea. We'll put it that way. And I really wish, again, Future Fusion had gone off. I mean, I probably could have thrown some protection for the darn thing, but, you know, that would have just made things more complicated. Alright, so how many worms do we actually have in the grave? Not enough. Not nearly enough. Alright, another meteorite would have been great before. I guess I have no other choice. Well, summon out Ananta, as much as it doesn't really do me much good. Oh wait, hold on a second. I could go for Typhon, can't I? Oh yeah, I totally forgot about Typhon. I totally forgot about this dude. Because I can just detach material and just, like, you know, bounce my opponent's stuff. So, I guess I'll bounce Access to Talker Man, I guess. I don't think it matters too much. Yeah, I could have done that better. That was my mistake. I completely forgot about Typhon. Alright. It's all going to depend from here now, but again, this guy's got, like, 1-card starters for, like, a dozen different combos. Ignistas, man. Not just Ignistas, like, Cyberse in general. I mean, this is what they do, but it's still annoying. Let's see. And then you're going to link that off for this thing, and then that's going to go off even though it was negated on the field. And summon out another monster. And then you're going to link again, and this is going to do something else again, and then I mean, it's what it is. I mean, my monster's still going to be bigger, but not going to matter too much. So unless I top deck Zex or Yagan, I think I'm still in a bad position, because, yeah, Talker's going to come back. Okay, yeah, that's going to be game right there. Okay, at least he didn't make it overcomplicated, but yeah, I could have done better there. Bit of a hesitation there. Definitely could have just beaten over the one dude. I don't think it would have mattered too much, but maybe I could have lasted another turn. It's hard to say. But let's go ahead for the end screen, because now I have a bad taste in my mouth, because that was just annoying. Alrighty, everybody, so the Worm Apocalypse of 2025 did amazingly better than I was expecting it to do. While we didn't get to go off with like every little thing, we didn't get to summon Zero, unfortunately, but you know what, that happens sometimes. You know, we'll definitely do worms in the future once they actually get support, and that's going to make things so much easier. Once we get that worm fusion, it's going to be nothing but Worm Zero Turbo, I promise. That's what we're going to be doing. But with our deck today, we were actually able to exploit a little bit of old school, rulings and things. Who knew Worm Yagan was so darn useful? We got to do ourselves some cool stuff. We got to summon out our worms, of course. We got to summon out some of our extra deck goodies and things. We got to do some nice things with this deck. You know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, that sort of thing. So I'm happy with how the deck turned out. Although I wish we could have gone 3-0, but Cyberse said no. Cyberse said no today, but that's okay. Don't even matter, because you know what? There's 10 days. 10 days left. 100 days of Yu-Gi-Oh! And we're all forward into it. We're just all downhill from here, folks, in terms of just getting it all out. It's time to just have a good old time with the last few decks, play some really silly things. We got some really silly decks coming up in the way, so we'll look forward to it. Look forward to it. So here's today's deck, everybody. Take it out, have yourselves a good old time, hit up all the good buttons as always to just show your support for worms. Show your support for the wormy boys. So for our deck, we have ourselves one copy of Worm's Warlord, Evil Dragon Ananta, Worm Victory, which we sadly didn't get to see, one Worm Warlord, and we have ourselves two Illidan's as our semi-boss monster dude, 3 copies of Worm Zex, he's really good, 1 copy of Worm Tentacly Man, 2 copies of Worm Kartaros, which you might think 3 of this dude, but he's a flip searcher, so it really doesn't matter, but 2 is just fine. 3 copies of Honest, because we've got so many light monsters in this deck. We have Kage Kage for Exceeds and things. Well, it's just Exceeds, really. We have our 3 copies of Worm Yagan, who's really good against monsters that have targeted protection. We have our 1 copy of Night Sword Serpent, a really good dude here. 1 Worm Apocalypse for Bakro Destruction. We have 2 copies of Automatic Water Lily for sending monsters to the graveyard. And once I have enough worms in the grave, it's also Monster Reborn. We also have Monster Reborn. We have Call by the Grave for hand traps and things. Automatic Daybreak can tribute off one of our high-level monsters, give us a whole bunch of tokens for links and things. We have a 1 copy Worm Call if we're going second. This can summon out high-level worms from the hand without needing tributes and things. 2 copies Future Fusion, which, as slow as it is really the only method we have, barring just crazy draw out the wazoo, to summoning out Worm Zero. But that's what our Future Fusion's for. Just dump a bunch of monsters to the grave, turn afterwards, get yourself a fusion. We have ourselves 2 copies of Trap Trick, because we have a really nice trap we want to play. That being Worm Nebula Meteorite. Flip up your worms. So long as they survive to the end phase, you're going to flip them all face down again, draw a card for each, summon out a big worm from the deck, the whole shebang. We have our 1 copy of Offerings to the Snake Deity, which I guess, considering Trap Trick, we could play 2 as well, but I went for 1. You can play 2 if you want to. But I find this works just well. Just tribute off one of your, target your reptile, target your opponent's cards, destroy them, all the good stuff. 2 copies of Apopus the Swamp Deity for negation of generic things. 3 copies of Apopus the Serpent to search out the Swamp Deity. As for the extra deck, pretty straightforward. We have Reptilian Echidna for searching, Masquerain to make links indestructible. We have Hazardos for draw power. Proxy Dragon is a generic monster for when we do Arguetic stuff. We have our Little Knight to remove cards from play, Nightmare Unicorn to bounce. We have Ragnarok and Chain Coils if my opponent wants to do stuff in the hand. We have Avermax to protect all of our flip boys so they can do the flipping. We have Baguska in case of emergencies. We have King of the Feral Imps for more searching. We have the Lightning Duo if we just need to beat over something. We have Typhon, which, when played correctly, will allow you to stop certain monsters and can also bounce monsters on the field. We have AA Zeus if I just need to clear board. And then we have our Worm Zero, which, as hard as he is to summon, it's so satisfying when he actually hits the board. Now, as for the side deck, there is some room in here for playing just the Ogdoadic combo. Just getting a whole bunch of reptiles into the graveyard, bringing them back, using your Ogdoadic spell to go for links and things. I didn't want to go for that today, simply for the fact that I wanted this deck to be more about worms than Ogdoadic, so it's more of a tomato sort of situation where I could have gone Ogdoadic, nothing wrong with it. It's just, it's a more flavor personal thing for me. So that's why we didn't do it, but it's totally a viable strategy, especially with things like Neptune Abyss, bringing back monsters every turn. Go for your 2 level 8 so you can make like Dengirzu or something to protect your Future Fusion. I'm making it sound, it's very tempting. It really is. It's just what we wanted to do today was a little different, but that is totally a viable option. There's also things like Worm Queen, another high-level worm, which, yeah, you can play this as well on top of King, or if you wanted to tag out Victory, which is totally a viable option in of itself, because this can just trim it off worms to summon out different worms from the deck. They have to have an equal or lower level, but it's still pretty useful. If you want to protect the back row, like your future fusion a little bit better, consider things like Starlight Road. You know, you can just protect your spell card from being destroyed by things. Granted, this has to be like field nuky, so might need something different, but if they're trying to nuke your board or such, Starlight Road, Stardust Dragon, a little bit of protection for you. If you're going to go for the automatics, things like yugioh for protection, Lancelot for attacking your opponent, the whole shebang. You have things like Line of the Light Charmer, because we're playing a whole bunch of lights in this deck. There's things like Heavy Poly, which can be used to summon out Worm Zero. You can use Worm Zero in your extra deck if you have like more than one copy of this thing to summon out using it from the extra deck. But this doesn't really solve the problem of Worm Zero in itself. It's just like a cool little tech option here. If you want to steal your opponent's stuff to make a more focused deck on Worm Illidan, things like Snatch, Steal, Change Heart, that works. Automatic Origin is cool. If your worms get destroyed, you can just target your opponent's cards and send them to the graveyard. Pretty nasty field spell. There's things like Titanicider and Lost Wind, if you want to focus more on Illidan, setting your cards onto the board over and over again to get more worm counters. Also things like Scrap Iron Scarecrow, because that does also set itself. Then we have things like Crackdown if you want to steal your opponent's monsters even harder. For a more controlled build, play Crackdown, play your Scrap Iron, play your Titanicider, things like that for more of a control-esque sort of build. Especially if you're going to take in the third copy of a Poop as a Swamp Deity. So that's our deck, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm going to be going for the next couple days. I don't know. I might be playing day number 95, but I'll definitely be for day 99. That's definitely, I'm locked in for that one 100%. So, last 10 days. Last 10 days. It's going to be a thing. But yes, tomorrow, everybody, we're taking a look at another Blast from the Past. We're taking a look at Mirror Force Dragon. Where is he? Yeah, Mirror Force Dragon, Bang and Critias deck. That's going to be for tomorrow. So until next time, everybody, y'all stay safe and happy. You have a wonderful time. Your boy, Memphis Ultra, signing out for now. Till next time, y'all take care.